Hi, and welcome, John Morris Show on a Thursday. Glad you're with us today. John Morris Show brought to you every day of the week by Alliance Bank Central Texas, by the Brazos Landing. Great folks there. Highly recommend you doing business or visiting with them at your next opportunity. Fun show coming up this hour. So Baylor baseball on Tuesday night had the game against UT Arlington. It ended early with Baylor batting in the 6th inning because of lightning in the area. So, Garrett, it's one of those things where there's a lightning flash, and you know what it's like if there's a lightning within 8 miles of the venue. Things stop. You clear this field, you clear the stadium for safety, and that's the first thing. And there's no negotiating there. No. You can't say, oh, we just need one more out. No, there's nothing like that. I mean, if there's a lightning within 8 miles, the game is suspended at that point. And the way it works is it starts a 30-minute clock when there's a lightning strike within 8 minutes. I mean, within 8 miles. So you just sort of start the clock there, knowing you're not going to start at least until 30 minutes. If there's another lightning flash 10 minutes later, starts the clock over at 30 minutes. So some of those things can really last a long time. And here it is, Tuesday night against UTA. Baylor's got a 6-2 lead. And you think, all right, how long are we going to be here? But I think they both teams decided to do the sensible thing. Right. We waited probably 30, 40 minutes. And then UTA, you look down there and they're packing up their dugout. They haven't even talked to the umpires about, all right, what do you want to do? They're packing up and they're leaving. They had a game the next night. They had a game last night against TCU, so they didn't want to wait around, late. So that kind of decided that. So the game was over in the 6th inning, and Baylor won the game 6-2. Question became pretty quickly, do the stats for the entire 6 innings count, or do you revert? And the bottom of the 6th wasn't over, or does it revert to the last completed inning? Which that's what I thought it was. I thought it would revert to the last inning that was completed. But smarter minds than me, Max Calderon, chief among that, they're going through the record book. And here's the reason it mattered on Tuesday. Baylor led 5-2 going to the 6th inning. If it had reverted to the last complete inning, final would have been 5-2. Bottom of the 6th, young Tice Armstrong comes to the plate, and he hit a home run over the batter's eye in center field. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So center field, you've been there. Yeah. Center field at Baylor Ballpark, 400 feet away, and then a 20-foot batter's eye that is there. He hit it over the batter's eye in center field. It was estimated at 417 feet. Jeez. Okay. So it just crushed it. But he hits that home run, made it 6-2. Game is suspended right after that. And the issue is if all the stats matter to that point, he has his 18th home run of the season. He had one earlier in the game also, his 17th and 18th of the year. The school record is 21.
Yeah, he's closing it quick.
Right. So that was the main interest at the end of the game is, does that home run count? Is it part of the official stats in a 6-2 win?
Well, I hope it is.
It is. It is. Yes.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure how that, because I'm like you. I would revert back to where both innings were played and then just go from there. But hey, it works out in Baylor's favor. I want to see him break this record.
Man.
Like, since he hit that, what was it, that 4 home runs early
3
on?
Grand slams, first game
I was
of the
like,
year.
okay, this is a must-watch player.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I want to see history, so I'm glad it's counting for Tice.
It is. And so there's some gray areas in even the rule book because it depends on if the home team is winning or losing, then it becomes a factor if you complete an inning or not. But Baylor was winning going to the 6th. they added a run. You know, they still won the game. They were at bat. It wasn't like UTA was at bat in the top of the 6th inning. So I think, obviously, it came out right. I mean, the way it should be. But 17th and 18th home runs of the season for Tice Armstrong, who's a UTA transfer, by the way, playing against UTA. And the school record is 21. Who holds the school record? Do you know this trivia?
I saw this like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm going to blank on this.
All right. His name has come up quite a bit lately. His name is Charley Carter.
Okay.
Played for Baylor. He's from Mount Pleasant, won a state championship at Mount Pleasant, went to McLennan, went to Texas. Augie Garrido comes in and basically cut him from the team. And Baylor says, yeah, we'll take Charley Carter. So he comes in, and it was the 1998 season, and he just has a season. Well, it's one of the best seasons in Baylor baseball history. I mean, one of the best. You could make a case it might be the best hitting season. Now, Jason Jennings won Player of the Year award, and so that one would be the best. But Charley Carter's is right there. He hit .402. He had 21 home runs. That's the school record, 21 home runs in a season. He had 86 RBIs on the year. College season, and he had his slugging percentage was .772 for the year. All that to say, Charley Carter has the school record. He's going to be on the show with us today. So
awesome.
I know he keeps up with Baylor baseball. I know he's kept up with what Tice Armstrong is doing. But we're going to talk to Charley Carter coming up, reminisce about his great career and that great season, and tie it into the season that Tice Armstrong is having. So that's a little bit of the backstory as we get Charley Carter on with us. Coming up bottom of the hour. He's a great guy, too. You're going to love hearing from him. So, and that was a great team. That 98 Baylor baseball team was a great team. So we got that coming up. As I told you last week, I want to let you hear a little bit from Mike McGraw, our Lunch with a Legend a week ago today with Coach McGraw, talking about the just otherworldly linear continuum mind that he has, and we'll give you an example of that. So that's coming up also. But let's also talk about baseball back in action this weekend, home hosting Texas Tech. That's a key 3-game series for the Bears here in Waco. Tech has been scuffling. They've had injuries to their pitching staff, pretty serious list of injuries to their pitchers, to the point that Tech is in next to last place in the Big 12. Not the norm for the Red Raiders under Tim Tadlock, but it's a big series for Baylor also, hosting Tech here in Waco. Right now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know the weather forecast for tomorrow, so they'll have a contingency plan if needed, but nothing's changed yet. Friday night, 6:30, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1 for Baylor and Texas Tech. Meanwhile, Baylor softball goes to Lubbock to play Texas Tech. That would be the second-ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. That would be the team that lost to Texas in the Softball World Series Championship Series last year. So Texas Tech has already clinched the Big 12, and this is the final series of the regular season, and it begins tonight in Lubbock. Baylor at Tech. They'll play tonight at 6. They'll play tomorrow at 6. They may have some weather issues, especially tomorrow also. Then they've got a nationally televised ESPN game at 1:30 on Saturday for Baylor and Tech. But that series begins tonight in Lubbock for Baylor and the Red Raiders. And the broadcast on the Baylor Sports Media Network, Jeffrey Cohen, will be in Lubbock to do the broadcast for us. Other than that, Baylor men's golf finished 7th in the Big 12 championships that wrapped up yesterday. Prairie Dunes in Hutchinson, Kansas. Interim head coach Ryan Murphy will be on with us on the Coaches Show tonight, first half hour. And then Doug McNamee will be on with us, Baylor's athletic director, to wrap up the school year, our final Coaches Show of the semester. And Doug McNamee will be our closer tonight, 6:30 to 7 for Doug. The show is 6 to 7. Live from Rudy's coming up this evening. Men's and women's tennis gearing up for the NCAAs. The men hosting in Waco. They are in action Friday night, 6 p.m. at the Hurd Tennis Center. Could move indoors if necessary. The women are in College Station. They will play at 10 a.m. on Saturday. And a big concern, Garrett, in College Station is A&M is hosting men's and women's tennis regionals this weekend. First and not regionals, first and second rounds. And they've got the Savannah Bananas in town in College Station. And it's like taken over. This is going to be 100,000 people in town to see the Savannah Bananas.
Like that's, I would, bring the bananas to town, but don't do it like that. Like think of the logistics with this.
Right.
Good luck navigating that.
I know, exactly.
And have fun with that.
Yeah, be prepared if you're going anywhere near College Station on Saturday. So that's wild, but that's where Baylor women's tennis, Joey Scrivano, is headed for the NCAA first and hopefully second rounds of the NCAA tournament. All right, you're caught up on all things Baylor athletics. We're off and running on a Thursday. We appreciate your being with us. Charley Carter later in the hour, one of Baylor baseball's all-time greats. We'll take a break, be back with more in just a moment. John Morris Show, brought to you by Alliance Bank, Central Texas, and by the Brazos Landing. The Brazos Landing open today, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesdays through Sundays. That's the schedule. That great $12 lunch menu, those great views of the river. Say it might be a little misty or rainy later. Don't worry about it. Go inside the Brazos Landing. If it's nice, you could sit out on the porch. You could sit out on the Swamp Shack area. Great options there at the Brazos Landing. You can sit there and watch the rain fall on the Brazos if you'd like, and feed the turtles if you'd like at the Brazos Landing. Check it out, where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. That is the Brazos Landing. And as we reach the month of May, tomorrow, Baylor graduation is coming quick. Be a great spot for a graduation lunch or dinner, but make reservations. 254-753-2778 is the number. Take a break. Back with more in just a moment in the TFNB studios on historic Elm Avenue in Waco, and we'll be right back after this.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Thursday. A bit cloudy, a bit misty outside. Rain is on the way. Certainly dropped the temperatures over the last 24 hours or so. With that front coming in, we are brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Great folks there, 7 convenient locations around Central Texas to serve you better. They value their relationships with their customers and with their communities. They're on the web at alliancebanktexas.com. Check them out. That is Alliance Bank Central Texas. We're also brought to you by Toe King, locally owned and operated. That's Gary Hoffman and a family-run business. Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance. Maybe I should have called Gary Hoffman this morning. With highly trained operators, Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King the next time you need help. I have suggested putting their number in your phone so you don't have to go searching for it. It's 254-666-5484 for Toe King of Waco. That reference is getting the call at 6:30 this morning. My daughter in tears. She's on her way to work. She's a nurse at Hillcrest, which is Baylor Scott and White now. And she's in tears. I said, baby, you okay? Yeah, I had a flat tire. I said, are you okay? And she said, yes, I'm fine. I said, all right, don't worry. I'm on my way. So loaded up as quick as I could, got there. Car was pulled off to the side of the road there on Highway 6 and got her to work. And then her husband, Art, was well down the road of, getting someone to come and fix the tire. She goes to work. He's got 3 kids at home to get ready and get out the door. But his insurance had roadside service, roadside assistance, and he had called them. And I'm there, and I go back by to kind of babysit the car until somebody gets there. And Art gets a text that says it's been completed. And Art says, they got it fixed? And I said, no, hadn't seen anybody. Said, oh, just got a text. They said the job was completed. But no, so he called someone else, and he made a really good decision to call City Tire and Battery. And the Graves are good friends, and Art's on staff at First Woodway, and the Graves are tremendous longtime members there at First Woodway. So he knows them, and Grant, I think, answered the phone, and they took care of it. So it was good, but that was an interesting start to the day this morning.
I'm glad City Tire and Battery is more reliable than the insurance.
Yeah, that insurance group. And maybe it's not the insurance, it's whoever they work with in this type deal, roadside assistance. But that didn't work out so well. All right, but Maddie is safe, and everybody's safe, and thank the Lord for that. All right, last Thursday, we had a Lunch with a Legend at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. This was put on by Baylor. It used to be Baylor Alumni Engagement. They've just changed their name, Experiential Group, Baylor Experiential something. I'm sorry, I don't remember the new name, but they do a great job. And this is one of the things they do is host these periodic Lunch with the Legends. We had Mike McGraw with us. Mike recently retired as a men's golf coach at Baylor, and did so for family reasons, to take care of his wife, Pam, who just needs him at home to help with her health care. So great man. Mike is a great man and a great coach. And he's got this uncanny ability to recall dates and events and a timeline that he refers to as the linear continuum, something he started. He basically came up with, well, here's Mike. Here's a clip from that Lunch with a Legend last Thursday. Mike McGraw explaining his linear continuum. Go through a conversation with you without talking about, you know where this is going, right?
No.
Okay. Without talking about the linear continuum. Who in the room has heard of the linear continuum? Okay, you're going to learn something that's going to blow your mind right now.
Yeah.
Explain what it is first.
Well, I'm not sure we can do it complete justice here. I just finished the 2nd grade. I told you I was a little nerd. I just loved life. I loved everything about life. And it occurred to me that my life was speeding by. I'm kind of I don't know how a 7-year-old would come up with this, but it was like I wanted to slow my life down, and I wanted to make sure that I kept track of all the things that happened in my life. I never wanted to lose track of the things that happened. And so I created a linear continuum. So it's, if you could just look at it on a flat piece of paper, it's a long oval. Think of an oval. So the top part of this oval is long, and then you make a tight turn to the long part down here, and then a tight turn, it goes around and around. So picture that as each year of your life, okay? And so we're going to plot on these years different things like 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break, Memorial Day, all the way around. Okay, so that's a linear continuum. So what I started doing was anything that was important to me in my life got put down on that linear continuum. And I didn't know you were going to ask about this, but we've been talking about the past, right? So my mind referred to that linear continuum to come up with the information that I have. It's how I remember just about everything. I remember a lot of things, but I can remember them based upon the linear continuum. And so it's like if you give me a date, a month, a year, I can probably tell you what I was doing and some events in popular culture, whatever. It's very strange. You're probably going, okay, I was enjoying this speech until now. Like, this man is crazy.
Oh, no, it just went to another level is what it was.
But it's how I remember things, and so I've got everything on this linear continuum that's important to me.
Okay, all right, so there's the basics of it. Give us a date. Doug, what's your birth date? Of what year?
November 10th, 1980. Okay, I was a sophomore at Central Oklahoma. Oh, yeah. And I was working, interestingly enough, Art Proctor, he let me work all through the winter where most guys didn't get to, because I would clean the grill, I would pick up range balls, wash carts, I would do everything. But I remember in that November, that was the first, they had stopped having a lot of golf because it was in Oklahoma, it was getting colder. And I remember just obviously working Saturdays out at Kickingbird Golf Course. Nothing spectacular stands out about that.
Well, except Doug being born that
Except for Doug being born.
Right. Okay, to see that we didn't plan this at all. Dr. Szymanski, throw a date out.
February of 1967, that was 3 months before I invented the linear continuum. What are you doing?
A little bit more current in his lifetime.
May of 70. Ooh, gosh, that's a good year.
Oh, good one. Thank you.
So my good buddy Mark Powell, who I'd known since I was very young, had just moved to Southern California. So I didn't have a golfing buddy. So I had to start playing golf with the adult members at the club, where my dad was the professional. I didn't particularly enjoy that, but I was just finishing the sixth grade at St. Mary's School. Literally, that would have been in preparation for the Perry Junior Golf Tournament in Perry, Oklahoma, where I finished third. I shot 40 the first day, 39 the second day. Chuck Darr from Oklahoma City won the event with a 77. I had 79. I can't remember who shot 78. But anyway, I finished third in the Perry Junior.
Amazing. Oh, that's amazing. So there's a sampling of the linear continuum. Isn't that amazing?
It's pretty awesome.
It is.
It's pretty awesome.
Is.
I like how he did that, because to me, everything is like that. Everything is on a circle. We are all doing that throughout the universe.
True.
I think he's got it down to a perfect science.
He's a genius. I think he's a stinking genius is what he is. I mean, could you do that though? I mean, no. I can think of major life events or something like that. And I know the year, but I can't just draw things up. Like another thing he could do, he could go through and tell you every U.S. Open champion in golf that there's ever been. You give him a year, he would tell you who won, probably the score, probably the runner-up. So he's a genius. It's pretty amazing. So that was fun to share with you. Mike McGraw, we wish him nothing but the best in retirement. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by one of Baylor baseball's all-time greats. Charley Carter will join us. An assault on one of the longest-standing records in Baylor baseball history this year by Tice Armstrong. It's the home run record held by this man, Charley Carter. We'll visit with him when we come back. John Morris Show on a Thursday, brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Thursday. Glad you're with us. Baylor baseball working through this season series against Texas Tech. Big home series coming up this weekend. One of the fun parts of the season are the newcomers to the team this year. One of those guys, Tice Armstrong, a transfer from UT Arlington, really got the season off to, I'd say, a pretty good start. His first game in a Baylor uniform this year. He had not one, not two, but 3 grand slams in the season opening game, his first game in a Baylor uniform. His uniform top and batting gloves are either headed to or already in Cooperstown, New York. Derek Smith's scorecard is there as well. And it wasn't a one-hit wonder. It wasn't a three-hit wonder. It wasn't just that one day. Tice Armstrong has continued to crush the ball all season long, to the point that he has 18 home runs on the season now. And a lot of conversation about the school record, 21 homers in a season, held by our next guest, Charley Carter, who joins us. Charley set the record in 1998. Look at that guy, man. Welcome to you. We appreciate your time this morning, and great to see you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. It's obviously I follow the Bears every year, and so it's exciting to see Tice have the kind of season that he's having. Obviously, similar trend, kind of transferring in as a senior, and same position. So there's some similarities there for sure.
Yeah, a lot of similarities, and I'm not surprised that you keep up. You really keep up with the program and the games pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, obviously with Mitch coming back in and with Jimmy there, and they're just some familiar faces and names and guys that I have a connection with that will stand the test of time. So definitely have followed them ever since I left, but especially in the last few years, kind of reconnected. With Mitch coming back around, and so it's been great to see the program just continue to kind of move forward, and hopefully they'll have a chance here to finish the season strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch probably recruited you out of Mount Pleasant, or did he? You went to MCC first.
I was across the way there at McLennan for a couple of years, and then ended up going to Texas for my junior year, and then just situation things kind of happened, and I think of the first baseman that they had brought in from New Mexico State kind of had a struggle his junior year like I did at Texas, and so created an opening. And honestly, I think my old coach Paul Miller reached out to Mitch and in that summer and kind of said, "Hey, he's looking for a place. Do you guys interested?" And so I think I stopped in there, and he said, "Well, I've got some books that I can give you for the fall, but you can come and be a part of the program." And I said, "I'll take it." And so that's how I got to Baylor for my senior year. I got my books paid for, and the rest is history. So,
oh my gosh, that's a story, and the rest is history. Really good Baylor baseball history. That '98 season for you, one of the best by any player in Baylor history. I mean, Jason Jennings was really good, but I think your numbers would stack up with his very favorably. Also, let's be honest here. You were very kind in your departure from the University of Texas. They basically sent you packing, didn't they?
Yeah, there was a coaching change there, and so I think it was just it was one of those situations. It was not just me. There were several guys that kind of got caught up in that transition, and really it was just a different philosophy. I mean, Coach Garrido came in from the West Coast and just really had a different philosophy of the style of baseball that he wanted to play, and obviously Coach Gustafson had something that was kind of on the other end of that spectrum. And I was, a bigger player who, that was more of a power hitter. And that was what Coach Gustafson tended to kind of look for. And so when Coach Garrido came in, it just was more of a conflict of style than anything else. And I didn't play extremely well that year as well. So I didn't, obviously lend myself to say, "Hey, you should keep me around." And they were gracious in releasing me and not with, restricting me at that point. It was a lot difficult to transfer, and especially to transfer within the conference. And so they were gracious enough to not block me from going anywhere that would give me an opportunity to play. And, it came back to bite them a little bit, but again, they were gracious enough to let me go. So.
Yeah, I would say. All right, let's remind everybody. So your senior year, you're here at Baylor. You've been cut by UT, and we go to Austin to play a 3-game series down there. Tell everybody how that weekend went for you.
Yeah, so back then, if you remember, we would do a split with A&M and Texas.
Okay.
So we would play one and then 2.
Gotcha.
Is the way they kind of structured that. So we had the Friday night game, in Waco, and then we went to Austin for the Saturday and Sunday game. And yeah, Friday night game, I ended up having a walk off, a sacrifice fly. Actually, I think the bases were loaded, but ended up with a sac fly to center to walk off that game. And I think I was maybe 3 for 4 that night. And then Saturday game, I think I was 2 for 4, and then Sunday I had a 3 for 4 game, hit a home run, kind of my last at bat down there, and it was just kind of capped off. We swept them for that weekend, so it really kind of capped off the weekend, and so it was. I think my teammates were aware of kind of the gravity of that weekend for me personally, but. And of course, at that point, we were getting, we were in the rankings, we were having a really good season. And so it was just one of those, it was a special weekend that, there's a lot of memories that are still in the previous guy, the time continuum thing. I mean, I have no idea how he does that. I don't either. My brain doesn't work like that. But this weekend, I remember quite a bit around that.
That one sticks out pretty well, doesn't it?
It does.
You know what? It does in my mind as well. So it was so cool to be there and see you play that well. But it wasn't just that weekend. I mean, you had a fantastic year, 402 batting average, I think 372 maybe in conference games, 21 home runs we've talked about, 86 RBIs, slugging percentage 772 for that year. Charlie, that was an unbelievable college baseball season.
Yeah, obviously the previous year was such a struggle. So to come in and be able to perform at that level obviously was very gratifying. I probably couldn't have envisioned that type of season when we first started. But it kind of did from the beginning. I think I actually started that season with a 22 game hit streak. Like I figured if I got a hit in every game, then Coach Smith could not take me out of the lineup.
Right.
Because I think originally, I was kind of I think they envisioned me as a platoon guy.
Wow.
Would probably play against left-handed starters and would sit against right-handed starters. And so went to Arizona and got the start. I think I was hitting 7th or 8th in the lineup that first weekend out in Arizona, and had a good weekend, got a hit in every game, had a double, I had a couple of RBIs, and then came back. I think the next weekend, I think I maybe had a home run the next weekend. I think it was the third weekend that kind of the doors kind of busted open. I had a couple of home runs, and at that point really started gaining some momentum, and it just kind of went from there. But yeah, that was again, the finished product was far exceeded what my even own expectations were for what I was hoping to be able to accomplish that year.
Wow. What a season. What a great season. And what a great team. I mean, you had a lot of guys around you. You mentioned Jim Blair was there, and you overcame him being your teammate, to do some great things. But that was a really, really good Baylor team.
Oh, I mean, one, the guys were amazing. To be able to come in at that point as a senior, and most of those guys had kind of been the core group that I think Coach Smith and Mitch had started to really rebuild the program with. And so for them, I think of Brian Loeb and Chad Polk and Jeremy Dodson and John Topolsky and Eric Nelson. I mean, Preston Underdown, Matthew Markham. I mean, there were a number of Jennings, Jake Baskin. There were just so many guys that, again, when I kind of walked in for that first meeting, their just willingness to kind of open their arms and let me be a part of the team. And again, at that point, I was just looking for a shot. I wanted one more go around. And if things worked out and I got a chance to play after that, that was great. But I didn't want to finish with the way I finished at my year at Texas. And so for those guys to be willing to, again, open their arms and allow me to come in and kind of fit in and just be a part of the team. And then, obviously as things progress throughout the season, it was I think it was enjoyable for all of us. We were winning again. We were bringing the program back to the, kind of back to the spotlight and back to the postseason. And so those guys had a much greater part because they really built it, for 2 or 3 years and kind of culminating to that point. So I was just one of those pieces that came in and was able to contribute at the that particular season. But those other guys, they had done a lot of the groundwork to get the program back on track and going in the right direction.
I was digging for pictures. Here's one that I found. I think it's you and Preston Underdown and Matthew Markham in all your brilliance there. So
yeah, that as you can tell, I never quite had the physique of Preston, and so me and Matthew were probably a little more closely aligned in our physique, which probably holds true to this day as well. I've seen Preston and a couple of times, and I'm not sure he's aged today.
Yeah, I bet
from that point. So yeah, that was definitely a unique look. I'm not sure that would make any cover of a magazine. That's for sure.
That's a good memory to see you three guys there together. And you're right, that core of Baylor guys with Top and Eric Nelson and Preston and Brian Loeb and all those guys. I mean, they had been here, hadn't they? I mean, and the program had steadily built with Coach Smith. And then you were, I'm thinking you were kind of the missing piece, and you come in and do what you did, and the team just skyrocketed there.
Yeah, again, I think their trajectory was probably in that way anyways. I mean, again, if you look at the kind of top 6 or 7 between, I just think of our lineup with Topolsky leading off, Nelson was hitting second, Jimmy was hitting third, either me or Jason was hitting fourth or fifth. Dodson was hitting sixth. Who this previous year he set the record with 19 home runs the previous year.
Right.
So there again, I think there were a lot of already pieces in place. And so for me, it was just one of those, kind of a perfect storm for me to jump in with a group that were already ascending. And I, again, was one piece. I don't know that I was the finishing piece or the missing piece or anything like that. I mean, I think I just was one more piece that they could plug in the lineup and be productive and have a successful season.
That's a great lineup, top to bottom, and pitchers to go along with it. So the previous school record for home runs in a season was set just the year before by Jeremy Dodson, who his son is on this year's team. You know that, right?
We communicate a lot.
Okay, I'm sure.
Jeremy, Dottie and I, we have maintained our friendship over these many years. His son is actually his son is named Cade. My son is actually named Cade. So we've talked this. Of course, when I knew Cade was joining Baylor after his year at UTA last year, I said that's awesome. I'm so excited so as the season has gone on, we've communicated, and unfortunately, with Cade getting injured here within the last couple of weeks and having to have surgery. So, hate that for him, but pray for his recovery, and hopefully he's, good to go here in the fall. But he texted me and was like, you didn't even let me hold the record for more than a year. It was 1 year. Like, you couldn't even let me have it for longer than 1 year. So needless to say, yes, we have some good banter going back and forth. So
that's pretty good. So you broke the record a year after Dottie had set it. And do you remember a big buildup? I mean, when you get to 16, 17, 18, he's got the record at 19. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, I really don't, to be honest with you, John. I mean, I know I remember I hit my last one. I hit 21 at the Big 12 tournament against Missouri. I think that was back when we were playing at Oklahoma City. Yeah. At the
Brick
ballpark there in Bricktown. So I do remember 21, but I don't remember 20. I'd have to go back and look up to see where 20 was to win that. It could have been against A&M that last weekend series.
Okay.
On that Sunday, I did hit one on that Sunday. So that could have been 20, but I would have to go back and look. At that point, of course, I was not thinking about a record or anything like that. I just was, we were just trying to finish strong, win the conference, which we came up a little bit short versus A&M. But that was definitely not not my focus, but it was, looking back, I would say I did remember the last one I hit. I guess I'll say that.
Yeah, well, good. Understandable, for sure. Yeah, you were a team first guy anyway. But what do you think about this year and Tice Armstrong? And I mean, he's got 18 home runs now and several games left to be played. I mean, he could take that record from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously, like you mentioned, I mean, he started the first game and the season with a bang, and I think I turned on ESPN. I pulled the game up right as his last at bat, and I saw
really
stat, like he had 2 grand slams, and I was like, oh wow, that's and then literally within the third pitch, he hit the third one, and I just started screaming like, oh my gosh, he just hit another grand slam, and so so of course, and again with Dodson, Jeremy kind of had given me a little bit of input with Tice and with Cade because they were coming over from UT Arlington, so I knew I think he hit 14 home runs last year there, and so just clearly has has good power and has taken advantage of the opportunities when he's gotten pitches to hit and hadn't missed them. And so I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I've had this thing for a long time, so if somebody else can break it, that would be fantastic. I would be so excited for him. And it sounds like again, our stories have a little bit of a similar timeline. True. So for him to be able to jump in and do something like that his senior year would just be fitting, I think. So
hit one over the batter's eye on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
417.
Yeah. It's clearly power is one of his tools in his bucket for sure. So
no question, as it was for you too. And he's doing you proud, I would say. If he's going to take your record, he's done something, and he's a great guy, great addition to the team this season. And it's great that it gives us an opportunity to catch up with you. We should do it more often.
I appreciate it.
Tell us about your family. You're up in Overland Park, Kansas now. Is that right?
Yes. I've been up here for 20 years. We moved up here in 2005, and so okay. That's my son and that's my daughter. In fact, my daughter is graduating from Clemson next weekend, and my son is graduating from high school the following weekend, and he'll be starting at Clemson in the fall as well. So, and then my beautiful wife there, that 26 years of marriage. So I'm not sure how she's put up with me for that long.
Congratulations.
But she has. And so, been very blessed. And been up here. Your story about the roadside assistance. I'm an insurance agent myself, so I can relate to some of those phone calls and understand kind of how that goes. So I've been very blessed. I've been fortunate with Baylor coming up to Lawrence and KU. I've been able to get over there and see them play. Generally, when they're up here in Lawrence, it's only about 45 minutes away, and so
love it.
It's been a good way to stay connected. There actually is a fairly large population of Baylor alumni and families that from this area that attend Baylor. So I definitely see some green and gold around here in the Bear Claw. So it's always nice to see when I see the green and gold for sure.
Nice, man. Well, it's so great to catch up with you. You're a good man, Charlie Carter. I love
appreciate
you.
it.
Love
thanks for thinking of me. Yeah, thanks for.
Yeah.
I did watch. I think I did have a game on a couple of weeks, and Tice was up, and they were just talking about closing in on the record, and I heard my name, and I was like, So they hadn't forgotten about me yet, so that's good. So.
We're not going to forget about you ever. So and thanks for catching up. We really appreciate your time this morning. Stay in touch, will you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the invitation. Look forward.
Man, thanks very much, Charlie Carter, one of Baylor's all-time greats, had one of the all-time great seasons in 1998. And interesting that he makes that connection. Some similarities, he and Tice Armstrong, with one-year guys, senior transfers coming in and having the type of seasons that they both had here at Baylor. What a great guy, and great to visit with Charlie Carter. We'll take a break, be back, look ahead, wrap things up in just a moment. Stay with us. John Morris Show returns right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on this Thursday morning. Pleased you're with us today. Check it out. And if you're so inclined, subscribe and follow, and you'll never miss a show. We are live 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time, weekday mornings, archived as well. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. John Morris Show from the Rogue Media Network. We're brought to you in part by DeCampley's, where Italy meets Texas. DeCampley's every day in a warm and authentic experience, serving lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday and offering off-menu specials every Friday and Saturday. DeCampley's in Waco, serving the best authentic Italian dishes. And brought to you by the Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north shore of North Point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course plus an executive 18-hole par 3 course. The bar and grill is open to the public. Check them out on the web, lakewacogc.com. All right, we like to share birthdays with you. Let's do that before we get out of here. Today, he was on with us a couple of weeks ago, I think. Jason Smith, Jay Smooth, was on with us, former Baylor offensive lineman, second number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, coming out of Baylor, and now embarking on his coaching career, moving on. He's a member of the staff at South Carolina, and he's going into the DISD, or I guess I did last weekend, went into the DISD Athletic Hall of Fame. So great guy there, and his birthday is today. Happy birthday to Jay Smooth, Jason Smith. Cameron Ziegler's birthday. Cameron worked with us in athletic communications. Carrie Flippin's birthday. Carrie's the better half of John D. Flippin. Remember, John D. played with us, big post player for Baylor basketball. Happy birthday over in Evant to Carrie Flippin. Chris Stewart's birthday today. Stu is the voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, doing a great job. Mark Sacamano's birthday. So visiting with Charley Carter. Sacamano, I think, was right after him. I think they were right about the same time, maybe a little bit after Charley, but he was a shortstop here at Baylor from Houston, drafted by the Astros. I remember the day he got the call that he'd been drafted by the Astros. So Mark Sacamano, and we all felt like that when Mr. McClain owned the Astros, drafting a Baylor player was part of the reason that he got picked there. But Mark Sacamano's birthday is today. So happy birthday to him. And that's all I've got on my list. If I missed you, I do apologize. All right, we're going to move out of here. Plenty more to come. Keep it here, and we'll be back tomorrow in the 9 a.m. hour. Thanks to Charley Carter, who was on with us, former Baylor Baseball All-American. He was a first-team All-American that 1998 season. The assault on his school record of 21 home runs in a season continues from Baylor's Tice Armstrong. Great to visit with Charley. Appreciate Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. Lord willing, we'll talk to you tomorrow in the 9 a.m. hour. We'll talk to you then. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at DeCampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. Been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business. to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.